Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to probably our biggest mod showcase yet. My name is Leaf, and it's so great that you guys are able to join me as we check out over 40 new species on the Planet Zoo Nexus. Yes, it seems modders have had their own little recent revolution as of late, bringing all types of colorful new species in here, some very, very tiny. But we have a lot of stuff to check out, but before we do, I do want to say that modding is not officially endorsed by Frontier. When you do mod at the risk of breaking your own game, but when I say that, please don't think that it's a terrible thing. If your game crashes, my game crashes all the time. But it's so easy just to be able to reach out to the modders and say, hey, my game is crashing, do you know what's wrong? And then they'll be like, yeah, you forgot to do this, and then it's all good. Yeah. So yeah, we do have a lot of habitat species to check out, but new exhibit species are slowly but surely kind of taking the reins over here, and I've been working tirelessly on bringing some of mine and Scott's to the game. Narwhaler's been doing his own ones, so let's check them out. Let's start off over here with the Barron's Mantella. Also known as the painted Mantella, I believe. These guys are somewhat common on the kind of like hobbyist trade. They are a frog species from Madagascar, the same with our other friend over here, if we could find one. The golden Mantella, extremely common in zoos, extremely common in like Madagascar houses and stuff like that. It's just a really solid creature right over here. Really beautiful too. I really love what Nick did with like the little toes right there. Super adorable. But these species are really cool, and they are able to cohabitate with one another. I really do recommend that you guys actually do get Narwhaler's frog pack. So you guys get all of like the cool UI in here. There's not enough space in there for all of them, but they can fit in this habitat. If you really want to mix like South American frogs with African frogs, you totally can do that. Next on our list over here is one by Scott. This is the Goliath Bird Eater, specifically the Burgundy Goliath Bird Eater. Really beautiful species over here. They are common on the pet trade, I believe, and they're probably one of the largest tarantula species out there. Really, really awesome job for what Scott did on here. I love the little bit of like an extra spider pattern on the rest of the spider. I don't know, I find that so cool. I'm not really the biggest tarantula fan, I'm not really the biggest arachnid fan, but I am trying to get into them a lot more recently. And just looking at these guys, it's really clear to see how people like these so much. They really are just a beautiful, beautiful looking animal. And I really do feel so much excitement for all of our reptile fans in here. Reptile? No, I'm reptile. What the hell? No, these are arachnids. All of our arachnids. Moving on from there, we are going to check out our first bat species of today. This is the gray-headed flying fox. This is a species found in southern and southeast Australia. Just a really solid creature right here. Please do keep in mind that the flying foxes and the butterflies specifically have some LOD issues where it's like they sometimes disappear if you're watching them fly, kind of like this. I really do love how they fly. They look so funny. But, yeah, that's really it. It's just a really solid bat species. This texture was done by Nick, coding by me, so it's just really awesome that we were able to bring another Australian species to the game. Alright, this is where it gets really, really fun. Slugs and snails. I believe this is a leopard slug. This is the South Pacific banana slug. This is the Pacific banana slug. This is the Carpathian blue slug, probably one of my favorite ones I've ever made. This is the pink slug. What's this one called? The Mount Katputar pink slug. And then we also have the red triangle slug. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. You see that red triangle? It looks like a Squid Game right there. But yes, all these slugs can cohabitate with each other. It is very, very awesome that we're able to mix and match these. Narwhaler, Hexabit, and I, Scott, all of us, we're trying to figure out currently how to actually get definite kind of like database for interspecies enrichment for exhibit animals. And it's something that we're working on in the background, but for now, slugs and snails, tree frogs, I think are the only ones that can cohabitate, so just keep your eyes posted for that. Really beautiful job to Narwhaler on all of his slugs. They look super beautiful. I love the leopard slug. A really, really incredible looking species right there. And if you guys did not know, the banana slug was my extremely very #1 first mod I've ever made. I took it down from the Nexus, but it was so awesome that I was able to kind of bring this one back to light. I don't know, I'm so happy about it. And Narwhaler's version is super good too. I mean, look at all that splotching on there. It looks like a banana about to go bad. I don't know, I love that. Moving on from there, we also have the Malayan Flying Fox. This one is probably my favorite because if we look at it from the right angle, if it doesn't really disappear on us, you can see that they have this really awesome texture gradient that Nick was able to do. They have this beautiful bright orange underside to them that really helps shine in the light and stuff like that. Again, we're still trying to figure out those LOD issues where it kind of disappears every so often, but it really is such a beautiful, beautiful looking animal. The Malayan Flying Fox, I believe, is the second largest bat species in the world. So it's just really awesome that we're able to bring this guy to Planet Zoo. And again, we're still working on scaling and stuff in the background. You'll see that once we actually get to the Hellbender today. But yeah, we're working on all this stuff in the background. It's very much a like one-by-one process, but it's so awesome being able to bring these guys to the game. Moving on, we have the fire-bellied newt. Fire-belly newt, yes. The Chinese fire-belly newt specifically. I hopefully will be doing the Japanese one soon with like a little bit more of a unique texture, but I'm super proud of this texture that we have right here. This is just a really solid animal. It's very popular on the pet trade, which I really hope, this is like what I'm so excited for. I'm so excited for people who have these animals in real life to actually be able to have them in Planet Zoo. I'm working with Jen and Scott to bring a few more domestic kind of like pet trade animals to the game. You'll be seeing those relatively soon. But yeah, it's just really awesome that we're able to bring this species to the game. Really awesome color variation on here. I don't know, it's just so cool. And if you guys are not aware, we also do have those education boards working, so you can see that they're completely functional. They all look good right there. All super awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You might also notice... Okay, never mind. The enrichment does work. Okay, I'll shut up. Last but not least, for the bats, we also have the Spectral Bat by Narwhaler. Super awesome guy right here. This is, I don't know how he was able to fix his LOD issues right here, but this is also known as the false vampire bat. While we don't actually have the vampire bat just yet, the false vampire bat is here. I believe these are a South American species, which is really cool, and they do have that little bit of like that leaf on the nose right there. It's super, super awesome. Bats are probably one of the most diverse groups of mammals out there, right next to rodents. So it's just really awesome that Narwhaler was able to bring his own one in here. I don't know, it's just really freaking cool. Amazing work, buddy. Beautiful job. Alright, this one is one that I know a lot of people absolutely love. This one is the coconut crab. This one is textured by Nick, and yeah, coated by myself. It's like incredible. It is so incredible. So you can see that they do climb these trees in these exhibit boxes. I really don't recommend having more than like, you know, 3 in here at once because it does get very crowded. But you can see that they honestly are so freaking adorable. They move their claws and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just really awesome that we were able to bring a freaking coconut crab to Planet Zoo. Coconut crabs are probably one of my favorite animals in real life. They're just so unique, so awesome. And them being able to be in this little box right here is so freaking cool. And I should also talk about the taxidermy mod in here as well, because you might notice that for the Zoopedia pictures over here, Robustus takes all of my Zoopedia photos now because he is incredible. But you could actually see that they are out of their habitat in this little picture right here. That's because the taxidermy mod does work with exhibits. So I'm going to see what we can do about that, talk with Inaki about getting that ready for public release, see if that's something we'll be able to do soon, but that's pretty much it there. This is the red-eyed crocodile skink. Again, another popular, like, hobbyist animal right here. This one is made by the lovely Jen. Jen is silently coming back. She's just doing stuff at her own pace. But this is actually one of the pets that I think she actually owns, which is kind of cool. So yeah, they're just a really solid creature right here. I love these little scoots and scales on these guys. They're super adorable, and they work so good in Planet Zoo. I mean, just look at that. They're based off of the fire salamander, and that's something that we're going to need to keep in mind as we make it through here. If you download the Flying Fox and you don't have Oceania, you're going to notice that it does not appear in your game. That's because as of recent, recent, like, conversations in the modding server, we've kind of determined that whatever animal the DLC is based off of, so, like, let's just say Fire Salamander, you're gonna need the European pack. I know it doesn't make sense to have a European pack for a Southeast Asian animal, but it's because of the rig. It's because we're not comfortable giving away content from Frontier for free. And yeah, that's really it. So just check your requirements once you actually do download these animals. Luckily, the Goliath Beetle, or like the Titan Beetle, I think, which the Coconut Crab is based off of, is base game. So that's something that we have right there. And again, we're going to skip through the rest of the habitat animals. Feel free to check out the rest of those like halfway through. But we're going to look at our next animal right in here, which is the Emperor Nu. Again, another fire salamander based animal. Really solid texture on here by Nick. He even did custom normal maps, so you can see that those little bumps on the little guy are completely there and do work in like the shading and lighting and stuff like that. Again, another Chinese animal, I believe this one is. It's just a really beautiful looking texture on here. Incredible job, Nick. Always super awesome to get these animals in the game. Moving on from there, we have our first new scorpion. This is the Desert Flat Rock Scorpion. Really beautiful job by Scott on these guys. It really is super awesome just being able to get more scorpions in the game, more arachnids, more stuff like that, because they're just so unique. Such a diverse group of animals, and this is something that you'll notice with some exhibit animals, is that if you load into your map, plop one down, and you go to the enrichment, you're going to notice that it's not yet researched. If you simply save the game, exit the map, then load back in, all that enrichment will be there, so just keep that in mind. We also have another one from Narwhaler. This is the Madagascar Hissing Cockroach, a very, very popular animal, both as a feeder insect and as like a general pet. Cockroaches are often given a bad rap because of, you know, they're mostly associated with dirty things, but I really do find these creatures incredible. They really are so beautiful, and the Madagascar Hissing Cockroach is no exception to that rule. Their hissing sound comes from like how they move their legs together, I believe, or how they move their thorax. I really don't know, but they're a really, really awesome creature right here. Look at these guys. I don't know. They're just so beautiful. Look at that. They're found in Madagascar. Moving on from there, we also have the Indian tiger centipede, called the tiger centipede because of its orange and black stripes on there. Kind of also funny how it's from India too, and tigers are from India. I don't know. Great job to Scott on this. Really, really awesome work on the model and the texture. It's always so cool to get these various insects in the game, as I keep saying, because it really is. I don't know. It's just so awesome that, I don't know, this recent revolution for exhibit mods has brought in such a huge spotlight to all these unique animals, and it feels like the community's just been holding back, especially with the white-knee tarantula. Look at this. It's a giant white-knee tarantula by Scott. I think he actually owns a lot of these species in here, which is so cool. But you can see just the beautiful, beautiful coloration on these guys. That kind of like burnt umber thorax right there. And then these beautiful streaks of white on the actual knees and ligaments of this animal. Super, super awesome job, Scott. Really do love to see that. Now moving on in here, I don't have a lot of butterflies in here, but what I do have is a moth. I don't actually have the Obrina olive wing in here, which is out on the Nexus. We'll check that out next week. But you can see that the Atlas moth is finally in Planet Zoo. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous looking animal from the great mind of Phonetic. I was able to work with him to get this one out there to the wild, and look at that. It is so beautiful. The Atlas moth is one of the largest, like, Lepidoptera, sure, we can say that, I don't know. But it's just awesome that we're able to bring that to the game. I know people love the Atlas moth because it is just such a striking looking animal. And the fact that we finally have our first moth in Planet Zoo, kinda cool. Alright, the big boy. I know a lot of people were happy about this one. This is the green anaconda, the largest snake in the world. Look at this beauty. Super awesome job by Nick on this. It is one of his older mods. but it still reigns true as being such a gorgeous, gorgeous looking model. Really awesome that we finally have this in the game. It's the same size as the yellow anaconda, don't tell anyone, but like most of the time in captivity, these animals don't really get as big as they would in the wild, but it's just such a beautiful thing to have in the game, and it's just so cool that we finally get the green anaconda, which should have been it in the first place. Now the Lanza's alpine salamander, such a simple animal right here, but I was so excited to bring this one to the game. It's a critically endangered salamander from Italy, and I believe also Switzerland, possibly. Just a black salamander, nothing too crazy about it. I just wanted to get something simple out to you guys, and honestly, I just wanted some Italian blood in here. I don't know, it's awesome. Maybe we could do an Italian zoo soon, I don't know. Might even put it on an island, call it Sicily, maybe call it Sicily Zoo or something. Moving on from here, we have our first fish exhibit mod. This is the leafy sea dragon. This one has been sitting in Jen's backlog for the longest time, and I was so excited once we finally cracked exhibit mods again to bring this one back to the main stage. Look at this beauty. It moves around so fantastically. It is based off of the Danube crested newt, so you'll probably want to get the wetlands animal pack anyways. You should probably get it anyways because it has, you know, capybara in it for one, but it's just a really, really awesome looking model. I don't know, it's just really great. Please do check this one out if you check out anything today because it's so cool. Okay, another note on exhibit mods, they also work in franchise mode, which is crazy. I know we've been thinking about like, you know, oh man, all these exhibit animals, they're not gonna work in franchise, which is the case for habitat animals because the habitat market gets generated by Frontier. But exhibit animals like this Hellbender right here, look at him, he's so good. Exhibit animals are locally generated, so you can get modded exhibit animals in your franchise zoos. I find that so cool. But this is the Hellbender. It is based off of Jen's Japanese giant salamander, which eventually, if I do figure out how to get scaling to work with the Naki, I kind of do want to bring that to the exhibit box just as, you know, something for fun. But the Hellbender is the largest salamander in the United States. Really, really beautiful looking guy right here. He's not really beautiful, he's kind of ugly, but don't tell him I said that. It's just really fun that we were able to bring this to the game. I don't know, it's just so cool, and they move around so awesomely. Look at that. Look at how wrinkly he is. So if you guys are doing something like an Appalachia section, those guys are perfect for it. Moving on from there, we also have the Hercules Beetle, super awesome species right here. Luckily, Nick has this entire pack of exhibit animals. I believe it's just called the Exhibit Animal Pack. It's a scenery pack, and recently we've kind of just been like transporting stuff from there into these exhibit boxes, and it's been really, really awesome. Now, the Hercules Beetle is very iconic. They're known for this really, really awesome kind of like, I don't know, really cool mandibles. Even though their mandibles are right down there, they have this really, really awesome, I don't know what you call those, but they're just a really awesome species based on the Titan beetle, so they do have that size. And the coolest thing about these two, hold on, there's just like so much stuff that I want to show you guys when it comes to this stuff. We'll do the Redeared Slider, sure. Like, I'm so sorry I'm getting so distracted from all this stuff, but it's just really, really cool. So yeah, we have the Hercules Beetle right there, but now we're gonna look at the Redeared Slider. So once Johnny over here gets started with his presentation, we could actually see that these guys do work with the educators. Johnny, what the hell? Come on. All right, come on, take the guy out, take the guy out. Let's go. There we go. So you can see that they do work with the educator stands. Depending on the animal, venomous or poisonous ones typically aren't handled by educators, but you can see that, for example, the Redeared Slider is, which is kind of fun. Look at that. Now, actually checking this guy out in the habitat, look how beautiful this little man's is. I don't know, it's just so cool. I know so many people have already commented on the Nexus page that they used to have Redeared Sliders as pets, which is very extremely common to see. But yeah, it's just awesome that we were finally able to bring these to the game. Extremely, extremely awesome job on the texture by Nick. What I really do love about these guys is the detail he did on the belly too. Like, look at that. That's exactly how they look in real life. It's so cool. But it's a really, really awesome job by him on that. And yeah, they're based off the diamondback terrapin, so you will need the aquatic pack for that, which again, why wouldn't you have the aquatic? Moving on from there, we also have the rainbow boa. No subspecies actually recognized in here. I would probably do Brazilian rainbow boa if that were the case, but I like to keep it like not specific for some animals, just so you have a little bit more wiggle room. But you can see that this is just a gorgeous looking animal. We tried to get iridescence to work on it, but it just didn't end up working out, unfortunately. I think it only works for habitat animals, or we gotta figure that out later. But it's just a really solid looking snake right here. Really do love these guys. I don't know, it's just so cool. And again, if you guys do check out the pictures on the Zoopedia in like Nexus and stuff, you'll notice that Robustus really did an incredible job with them. So go give him some love, go check out his YouTube channel, etc, etc. Now, the Japanese rhinoceros beetle, again, another beetle species that Nick and I were able to bring to the game via his exhibit animal pack. Really awesome species right here. I don't know what else there is to say about it. It's just another beetle. Awesome to get these. Moving on from there, we also have some more poison dart frogs. We do have the splashback poison frog, which is just a really, really solid looking animal. Again, they have that splash of red on their back. Aptly named animal, I am sure. The people who name these poison dart frogs are rivaling only birds. We also have the Harlequin poison dart frog, again, just a really solid species. These guys have a lot of color variation in real life, but I believe that Nick went for a much more, I don't know, went for a more iconic version of one of the skins that they have, and it's just super, super beautiful. And again, yes, they can cohabitate with each other, which is very cool. Alright, Thai bamboo tarantula, relatively new tarantula species. I believe this one was actually discovered by a YouTuber, which is kind of cool. Maybe one day I'll be able to discover my own tarantula. But it's just a really, really awesome species. Really beautiful coloration on this guy. Really awesome gradient. I really do love how it looks like it kind of has like leg warmers right there with like that black kind of like articulation right there. I don't know, so cool. But yeah, that's really it with this species. Relatively new, so it's cool. And I actually think that's it for our exhibit species. We're gonna have a lot more next week, or like in the next 2 weeks. But in the meantime, let's check out our habitat animals. Great Cake coming back with another beautiful looking parrot. This is always just so amazing how they always bring like the best of the best to the game. Again, it is based off the capuchin monkey, so it is a little bit loud for now, but you can see that they do work incredible on the ground. Great Cake does an incredible job at trying to find like these unique matching rigs for whatever birds they bring to the game. And the capuchin as a climbing animal, and Macaws being able to actually climb kind of like a capuchin monkey does, it's just really freaking awesome. I don't know, it's just so cool that we finally have macaws in the game. I think they're up to like 4 or 5 different species, which is so cool. And it's just really freaking awesome. Look at these guys go. Moving on from there, we have another narwhaler mod. We have the Barheaded goose. I believe these guys are found in like Central Asia and stuff like that. Yep. So narwhaler actually does have this really cool thing going on right here with like, you know, seasonal maps, which I think is kind of cool. So seasonally they appear in like India, but they can also appear in like Nepal, China, Russia, stuff like that. Really beautiful looking animal right here. Really awesome texture. Narwhaler always does such an incredible job with combining photogrammetry with painting. It really is so cool. I mean, look at that shading on the neck. Incredible job, Nar. Okay, I think this is the one that everyone has been waiting for, everyone has been patient for, and everyone is so excited that we finally have. This is the great white pelican, an incredibly beautiful species. Look at the juvenile right there, so cute. But this is an incredible species by Monsoon. Monsoon has put in the work to get us a finally functional pelican in Planet Zoo, and this is just one of the best mods out there. If you guys expect us to never get a pelican in Planet Zoo, get this mod, because this is probably as damn near close to frontier quality as we can possibly. And look at this, it is incredible. All the shading on here, all the feathers, everything. Monsoon just always puts in the most amount of effort into making this stuff look beautiful, and I can't be more excited about this mod. Look at this. So freaking cool. We are not done with Great Cake mods though yet. We are checking out the culio the Ecuadorian culio specifically. This is a fox species, I think, from the Ecuador, I guess. I don't know, from South America. Really cool species right here. I don't know, there's not really much known in the public knowledge about these guys, but always great to have a lot more South American representation. Great Cake is fantastic with that stuff, and they always do such a beautiful job on their textures, on their animals, and it's just so awesome to look at this guy and say, hey, we finally have the culio in Planet Zoo. So cool. Moving on from here, we are looking at Gaboy's latest creation. This is the Scottish Wildcat. Now, I know the Scottish Wildcat has gotten a little bit of a community popularity in the Planet Zoo community because of our good friend, someone in the comments has been like relentlessly requesting the Scottish Wildcat, and it's so awesome that we finally do get these guys because it's just incredible. I don't know, I love that. They can climb, as you see right here, but they are an extremely critically endangered species right here. Only 115 left in the wild. Really beautiful looking animal right here. I don't know, it's just so freaking cool. I love these guys. I don't know. And they also have little kittens. Look at them, so freaking cute. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Scottish Wildcat. Moving on from here, we have another Lowbury mod. This one is quite beautiful. This is the wood stork. Where are these guys from? I don't even know. They are from the New World. That is very cool. So yeah, just a really awesome stork species right here. I really do love what Lowbury did with the bill, with the beak, with like the head and stuff like that. Really awesome job on there, and I believe those feathers are from Monsoon, and I want to say Ginger. I could be wrong, but it's just a really awesome job, Lowbury. So awesome. This is probably one of your best ones yet. Love to see that. Great work. Moving on from there, Lowbury also brought in the coppery TT monkey. If I could pause and check these guys out, they are based on the capuchin again. So they'll sound like the capuchin, but it's just a really awesome animal. TT monkeys are probably one of my favorite primates out there because they're just so cute. They're so fun. But they're just a really awesome creature. Incredible job, Lowbury. Always great to see you bringing more animals to the game. And last but not least, we have more Addex variants for Planet Zoo. This one is by Gaboy, and I also think the Giorno helped out with this one. So we have a whole lot of different variants in here. We have the winter coat, which has a lot more of like a browner look on here. We have like a white coat right here. We have a very white coat right there. Just a really awesome way of bringing a lot more diversity to your Addex herds. And if you guys do want to rotate out like your winter coats and like white coats specifically, you guys totally can do that, I guess. I don't know if that's something that you are willing to put in the effort for in the trade center, but look at how beautiful these guys are. I don't know, really awesome. It's not necessarily a remaster, but it does look super beautiful. But that is it for our showcase today. Holy crap, this was a big one. But I'm so thankful that you guys were able to stop by as we checked out all 40 new species from the Nexus over the past 2 weeks. It's so great. Definitely do let me know what your favorites were in the comments down below. My favorite has to be the coconut crab. I'm sorry, but look at this guy. Look at Tamatoa right here. He's just gorgeous. But with that being said, I think we're going to end with the pelicans over here because they are a crowd favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a little like if you can, or maybe even a comment letting me know which one your favorite was. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Goodbye now.